House of Rest. All right. Shalom, shalom, everybody. Welcome to House of Rest. Well, we're in a good season and time to be
alive.
Alive.
Hallelujah, hallelujah.
Hallelujah. And
Howdy.
guys,
Howdy.
we welcome each and every one of you. We will be short. One of our co-hosts tonight, Sean, he had something that he's going to be a servant. So can't stop that, you know.
That's right.
But guys, what a crazy 2 weeks it been. I don't know. I really don't want to say too much right now. I'm gonna let one of y'all take it over.
Shalom,
Tameka.
family. Shalom, shalom, shalom. Good to see you, my beautiful sister Tara, Amanda, brother Megan, sister Carrie. Nice to see y'all on tonight. Hallelujah. We're gonna talk about recompense against the wicked, guys. How many of y'all know that there is a payment for the wicked? Y'all will pay the wicked what they deserve. And we need to pray for salvation, Yeshua, to come to each and every home over this world, because we can truly see what Satan has come down with great wrath against the saints. He's going to and from up and down throughout this earth. He's seeking who he can separate from Yahuwah, and it is praying time, everyone. And we're gonna usher in the Ruach today. We're gonna praise Yahuwah on tonight, because one thing that we're not seeing in this world is giving thanks in everything, whether good or the bad. We need to lift up the name of
So,
Yahuwah. We don't need to give no room for the enemy to come in and cause strife, division, or anything. And that's what's going on around the world. He's trying to cause division and strife against all the tribe of Israel. If he can separate all the tribes of Israel, all of us came from one source, and that's Yahuwah. He knew us before the foundation of this earth was set. He's the one that formed us in our mother's womb. Hallelujah. So
amen.
we're gonna pray, because if they don't turn away from their wicked ways, they will see the lake of fire. And I know
Amen.
I don't wish that on nobody. I don't desire no one to go into the lake of fire. So we just need to, we're gonna come here, we're gonna talk about the recompense of the wicked, in case those who don't know that they will see their eyesight in hell, because Satan is the father of lies. He was the father of lies from the beginning. He's deceiving them, he's tricking them. Because right now we can see where people are going out, they have a desire to steal. That's a desire to steal. You doing something that you've been wanting to do, going stealing cars. You going out, beating people, saying that it's for a blight cause, which that is not, because you wouldn't be stealing, you wouldn't be breaking buildings. And that is not of Yahuwah, that is of Satan. So we just gonna talk about the recompense of them who don't turn from their wicked ways.
Amen.
Oh, wow. Yeah, there's an article in Israeli news, or Israel National News. It says, God is dead. U.S. rioters vandalized churches and synagogues. And whether or not, however you're looking at it, when you look at the law, touch not his anointed.
That's right.
That's just a big no-no. And anybody with any sense or fear of Yah is going to shy away from anything that goes against the laws. The article says some church and synagogues were defaced by Black Lives Matter slogans. Some had hateful messages targeted to the houses of worship.
Yeah.
The assault on St. John's Episcopal Church by radicals and racists was the ugly moment of the D.C. riots. Not only was the famous 240-year-old church, which every president since Madison has attended, sprayed with graffiti, but some of the thugs even tried to burn it down by starting a fire in its basement. The attack and President Trump's subsequent, thank you, brother, visit to the Church of Presidents captured the attention of the nation, but what happened to St. John's was not aberration. The Black Lives Matter and Antifa riots have been associated with attacks on churches and synagogues across the United States.
Wow.
So there's no regard for anything. And, when you talk about a reprobate mind, the Jezebel spirit, a reprobate mind, it's all about me, which is interesting. There's a lot of multicolored people that go to those churches and those houses of worship. But I found that interesting. This is from Israel National News. Of course, people overseas are looking at what's going on, and you know, it's guilt by association, right?
Right.
People look at us, they go, "Wow, look at those crazy Americans! Look at those guys! What fools! What idiots!" They can't even keep it together internally. So we don't have to do anything. We just sit back and watch them burn each other down.
Exactly.
Right.
And that war within, that civil war within.
Yeah.
And Yah said, be not deceived, Yah is not mocked. For wherever a man sows, he shall also reap it. They don't realize what they're doing now, they will reap it. Yah is not to be mocked, he is not to be played with.
Right.
Don't think he's a joke. He's not winking at what you do anymore, because he don't send his son back to save us from sin and from the wrath that is to come. So now he's not going to wink at us anymore. And he said he will laugh at us in the day of our calamity. So whoever is watching this and you haven't found salvation, salvation has come. And he's here. The Ruach HaKodesh will witness to you. He will come into your heart. Seek ye the kingdom of Yahuwah first and his righteousness, and everything else shall be added. There's no time for hatred. There's time for love.
Amen. That's our message. That's what we're putting out there.
That's right. Amen.
The first two, which all the others hang on, and we try not to get wrapped up in it. And it's kind of like what Bryant or Nikki said there on the chat. Talking about those, and there's many more start to deny Yahusha now, and we're getting all kinds of spirits roaming about, seeking to devour and destroy. Of course, our fight isn't against flesh and blood, and we know that. And if we spread that message, people are going to cling on to it, or they're not. And as far as rioting and things like that, they're making it about flesh and blood, not spiritual battle. They're so blind to it, and so we're going to have to pray for people to open their eyes, because the time is short.
Right. And so we titled it "The Recompense of the Wicked," meaning that the reward that will come when the Messiah comes back. Let's look at Revelation chapter 22, verse 12. He said, "And behold, I come quickly." Right? Yes. Now, quickly might not be in our timing, but his timing, he may have just ascended. You know what I mean?
All right.
So he said, "Behold, I come quickly, and my reward." Now, guys, I want to help people understand what he's talking about when he says my reward. He's talking about this word recompense, right? Recompense, an equivalent or a return for something done, suffered, or given. So whatever somebody has done or whatever. Let's finish up what the scripture said. Then I'll get into that. It said to give every man according to his work shall be. And that means if your work was to cause destruction, if it was to harm others, if it was to destroy others, things around you, and, blackmail people, steal, kill, anything that goes against his Torah, well, guess what happens? You're going to be rewarded with the reward of the wicked. That's going to be the recompense. Right. That's going to be what you're repaid. Why? Because all of us had a debt that was paid by the blood of Yahushua HaMashiach. And just as my sister said, many are denying his name. I even see people that claim to be walking in the way. You don't even hear them say Yahusha at all. They'll say Yah all day or God or whatever, but they totally put Yahusha on the back burner, not realizing that Yahusha is Yah, right? And so as we go forward in these days to come, I'm telling y'all, guys, we in month 6. Month 6, and 2020 has only been nothing but a straight downhill battle. You know what I mean? Or uphill battle. But guess what, guys? We know that going through the tribulation is what get it. This is what I was talking about the other day. Being baptized through tribulation.
Yes.
And what I mean is, as we are submerged in the troubles to come, right? We don't veer from the straight and narrow path. We stay on the straight and narrow path.
Hallelujah. Yeah.
We're gonna look at what he was talking about when he was talking about straight and narrow. He was talking about pressure. He was talking about oppressing. He was talking about tribulation that would come your way, and how it will how those of us that are not able and strong, because guess what? To he that endures unto the end, not him that quits halfway through, or he that expects the rapture to come and take him from what's going on. We have to endure it, just as we see we see people joining in with what they call this movement, right? But this movement is an agenda. And in this agenda, guess what? We see where they're calling evil good and good evil. This is what y'all said would happen. He said evil men would wax worse and worse, right? Many would deceive while deceiving themselves. So regardless of how we come on, and we're all talking, we're encouraging people. Hey, stay before Yahusha. Coming to him. Now you hear me saying Yah, but I'm always Yahusha is who I'm talking about when I say Yah. Yeah. I'm never gonna put the king, you know what I mean, in a box and say, it's just about this. No, it's about knowing who died for us, right?
That's right.
Whose blood was spilled for us.
That's right.
And I read another thing. I think Lee sent it to me, and we're gonna share it in a little bit. And it's called 10 Reasons Why I Won't Support the Black Lives Matter movement. And it's definitely because it's not Christian based at all. Nothing that they have or nothing that they are speaking on even relatively has anything to do. If you think about it though, guys, guess what? I was sitting here reading scripture the other night, and I told Tameka, I said, it seems like all throughout history, there has been, how can we put it? There has been propaganda all throughout history. Look at scripture, it's right there. They said, hey, guys, we need to figure out a way how we gonna kill this Mashiach, because it must be possible that one person must die for the sake of the nation. Yeah. Right? Huh? Yeah. But not realizing that on this end where they thought that they was hurting, they were really helping everybody, right?
He said,
but now this is what Hasatan is using the format of this, but in the reverse, right? Yeah. He's using the format of this, but in the reverse. He think that he was like, oh, it didn't work with Jesus because he came down to hell and destroyed everything and brought people out. We don't have the power over death anymore. Okay, this is what we'll do then. We'll and honestly, guys, I mean, sorry to say, just the stuff that I learned in the last day or so, I'm feeling like this is, and I hate to say it, and I feel for the family and everything, but was this a sacrifice? Right? Was this a sacrifice? And he knew what he was going into, because who in their right mind would stand? If I had any type of charges, I already had involvements with the police, I'm not gonna stand there and wait on them to call the police after I done been found out for a phony $20 bill. $20 bill? Come on, man. Nah. The holes just get bigger and bigger in this, man. And I'm telling you, I see a lot of cheese, so that means there's some rats around.
Mm-hmm. Oh man, I remember when I was in the world and I took my kids to the fair, and I had got a phony $20 bill. So when I went to the store, the guy told me, you need to call the police. Take it to the police. And when I told him, I said, well, you can just give my $20 back. So he told me I supposed to keep it, but I'm gonna trust that you'll take it to the police. Me being in the world, this is my $20. So I took it to another store. So they don't call the police. They expect to get the $20 or tell you to take it to the police. So I went to another store, and the guy didn't even notice that it was a fake, Mm-hmm. So right. that goes to show that they don't call the police over just a $20. Now, if it was multiple $100 bills, I could see. But a $20, no.
Because he wouldn't be guilty per se. It could have been in circulation,
Yeah.
You can't pin that on somebody. Okay, this is a fake 20. They
Yeah.
check them all the time at the store, and they find them quite
Yeah.
often. They
Yeah.
don't, it's not
That's
necessarily.
a misdemeanor.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
even then, that doesn't mean you made it.
Yeah.
This is fresh
Right.
off the press.
Right. I'm wondering like was the police like right there when they called? And I don't know. It's all just it just doesn't make no sense. We even went with a fake check before, right? And we didn't know the check was fake. We
Yep.
it came, and when we found
It
out, the
was
guy was like,
totally
the guy told us, he said I'm gonna call the police, and he was trying to tell us, you need to stay right there. I was like, man, you don't lost your mind, and we left. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, it
what?
looked so legit. It looked real.
It did, but you know, like I said, ain't no way. If I know I got it, and guys, let me break something down to y'all. This man had, when I say a criminal history, nothing against, because I know that people can change. That ain't the point that I'm trying to make here. But he was arrested in 1998 for theft, right? He was arrested in 2002 for criminal trespasses. Then he did in 2005 he was locked up for a gram of cocaine. Then in 2007, so I mean, the list went on and on for almost 10 years. And then
question, Wes. Okay, so my question is to you guys. So by him doing all this, how did he become friends with so many celebrities? Because that's what I read. He friends with a lot of celebrities.
Man, all that is, I think, is propaganda to say, because I mean, 3 funerals, like they treat him as if he was a celebrity. Michael Jackson didn't have 3 funerals. It's all to fuel this movement. It's all to fuel this movement. And if anybody heard Reverend, I'm sorry, I said Reverend Al Sharpton's, if anybody heard his, are y'all having technical difficulties over there? Because I see we keep like jumping up and down from, you know, not you guys. I'm talking about over in the chat, because I see they keep going up and down. Tara, I'm sorry. I went to look for that. That is not on no episode of The Simpsons.
Somebody threw that. Somebody.
Yeah, that was fake.
I looked for it. Yeah,
that was fake. That was not on one episode of The Simpsons. It was actually something that somebody drew, and I can't remember, but the guy's name. But somebody sent me all the information, and me and my brother. I had my brothers even helping me look for it, because my brother got like all the seasons of The Simpsons. And he said, nah, that wasn't on there, because he would have remembered something like that. And even he went and looked for the seasons that they said it was on, and he said he looked at the episodes and it wasn't on there at all.
Yeah, so let me bring up something before you go.
Look at her.
Because like Nikki just said, it's an agenda. And like you said, and we ain't trying to talk about people. We ain't trying to put the race card or nothing. We just want people to eyes to come open to what House of Tongue is trying to do in this season. But y'all remember the black guy, the African American, just got killed in Atlanta.
By two guys, a cop and his son. That wasn't even in uniform.
Yeah, he was running and they shot him. Yeah, so so if that was the case, why they didn't do the same thing for what they doing now?
It is like I told you, it's an operative mission set type deal. The only thing is this guy that had his knee on, buddy. You know, okay, 8 minutes and 46 seconds. Lee, I'm sorry, but brother, I don't think it will take that long to lose wind. You know, it don't take that long. It does not take that long for somebody to suffocate. 8 minutes and 46 seconds. Now, if you take all those numbers and you break them apart, you take 2 from 8 and add it to the 4, you got 666. I'm just saying.
That's true. Yeah. That's convenient, isn't it?
Right. I mean, why did they label it 8 minutes and 46 seconds? That's how long they did the moment of silence at his memorial service, because they said he was on his neck for 8 minutes, 46 seconds. And I'm like, why didn't they just narrow it down to 9 minutes or 8 minutes or 8 minutes, 30 seconds? But why did it have to be who had a timer going to keep up with how long it took him to lose consciousness? And if it actually took 8 minutes, then that means between the time that the gurney got there, they come on, it like I said, don't add up. 8 minutes and 46 seconds, and guess what? People believe that it took that long. On the footage, I ain't see 8 minutes and 46 seconds. I don't know, but I looked at the footage and I didn't see. I mean, I wouldn't have sat there that long just looking at nobody be, done like that. And then they said 2 of the cops had his legs. My thing is, and Nikki, correct me if I'm wrong, but after they initially really grab you because you're being too rough or whatever, they slam you on the car. And if they slam you down like he was supposedly on the ground, man, I've been slammed on the ground by the police. Okay, first off, I don't been locked up before, so I ain't a secret. I've been in handcuffs. I've been in them shackles. So I know when you're trying to roughhouse back with the police, what they will do to you. You know what I mean? And listen, it don't take 4 of them. If he doing his training right and he don't slam you accordingly, you gonna lose air first off hitting that ground. Believe that. And it ain't gonna take 8 minutes and 46 seconds. And really you ain't gotta be on it unless what's the name was showing some superhuman powers, which I did not see that at all.
No, that dude had little arms, man.
And not only that, I swear I saw them get ready to put him in the car. I might be wrong, but I thought on the footage I saw them about to put him in the car, and then all of a sudden they said he was trying to resist, so they put him on the ground. And apparently they said two police one of the police were holding his leg, the other one was holding like in the mid area, but I only saw the one cop, and I saw him just sitting there like he was posing for the camera, just like, like, hey guys, it's me, the guy from the Brooklyn Bombers or Boston Bombers.
So let me ask you a question about the cop, because they said in Florida, 2 girls said that he's from Florida. He's not even from where he said he was from.
Because they sent people to protect his house or something.
Yeah. And so they went in to vandalize the home because they locked them 2 girls up. But they said he's from Florida. Yeah.
Well, they also said he was on CASHAPP. I don't know if you guys ever saw that.
Oh my goodness.
It's really. Yeah. He kind of looks like that guy, but when you look at the mugshot of him, he's got a different hairline. There's all kinds of stuff that's weird, man. I mean, it's so strange. The whole thing is just so weird. And then there was paramedics jumping out of the ambulance. There was a couple cops. I mean, there was all kinds of stuff that was strange going on there.
And see, that's why we need to pray. It's truly praying time, because in this season, we can tell that Hasatan is busy, and we knew that these things, prophecy got to come to pass. This is prophecy happening. Prophecy got to play out.
I'm just saying, Al Sharpton, out of all people to speak at this man thing, Al Sharpton, really? Nah, I mean, because he's there to start controversy. He's there. I mean, he did not. I don't know if y'all listened to. I didn't listen to the whole thing, but I kind of got sick because I didn't hear him mentioning Yahusha not one time. He didn't say Jesus not now time. In the little piece that I heard, all I heard him bring up was talking about he started naming all the other people that were killed, by, and the way they put it, white cops. Yeah. And I'm just like, come on, man. Like, bro, you're helping spark racism. Regardless of your view shouldn't even be involved in that. You should be up there trying to bring people to Messiah.
Peacekeeping. Yeah.
Yeah.
He should be trying to bring people to Messiah, and instead his choice of words is to fuel a movement that nigga said there's no river, that's a false prophet. Right? Exactly. It's sad. It's sad, guys, that
Oh, I'm sorry.
it's sad that a mayor, right, will tell. Let's look at this, guy. Let's look at this real quick.
Before you go on, let me quote this scripture right quick. Where
Go ahead,
when
Tameka.
when you was talking about peace, you know, Matthew 5 and number 9 said, "Blessed are the peacemaker, for they shall be called the children of Yahuwah." And that's what he should have been, you know, speaking on was peace. Let them know that Yahuwah is the Prince of Shalom.
Amen. Well, he could have went into recompense of the wicked as well. I mean, he could have went Isaiah, Ezekiel.
Yeah,
Let's pick a verse, you know. And
right.
last time we checked the commandments, none of those were followed, or were any of them even mentioned, Brother Wes, as far as keeping commandments.
Nah.
It was the only thing he said was thus say silent. The 8 minutes and 46 seconds that he
And he didn't even say pray. He just said stand in silence.
Stand in silence.
Yeah.
And come on now, they had Kanye West there, they had Kevin Hart there, they had
So
Ludacris there. Listen,
I'm gonna say
they had listen who else they had. Listen who else they had. Floyd Money Mayweather, which paid for all 3 services. And guys, I'm not at liberty to say, but I'll put it like this: they spent some big money on the stuff needed for the service.
What I'm trying to when I saw it, you know, when we have a funeral, somebody died, we have to do graveside, but everybody else was not even 6 feet apart, and they had everybody in the church together. But
listen, go ahead. I'm sorry. I was just gonna say
they stressing COVID-19 stay 6 feet apart, but then they got a funeral right here, and everybody's sitting right here neck and neck. But when we have funerals, we got to go out and everybody of us, you know, we got to go out and go to the grave side. What's the difference? You know, they told us to stay 6 feet apart. So I was like, yep, that's something, because all the celebrity was in there.
right. And my grandfather passed away, and we couldn't even do we couldn't even we couldn't even do the service. You know what I mean? Like only 6 people could be there or something like that. My brother got married, and they couldn't even have, an indoor wedding. Couldn't even have an indoor wedding, and yet, we get to watch them just pretty much slap each and every individual that lost a loved one during the lockdown in the face and say, ha 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 ha, look guys, this is we won again. You know what I mean? It's the elites as well. And look, they just totally destroyed what they call middle America, right?
Wow. Well, Isaiah 59:18, according to their deeds, so he will repay wrath to his adversaries, recompense to his enemies. To the coastlands he will make recompense.
Amen. Their actions, their performance, their behavior.
Yeah, and we have to give an account for every word we speak.
Exactly.
Amen, brother. Amen.
So, do you all think judgment has begun on America, as far as travailing? And Jessica brought this up with Dr. Pigeon last night.
Right.
I think Nikki was probably there moderating. But as far as birth pains, when you think of contractions, how all this is coming on so fast. It's one thing after another.
Yeah, I like how she made it. I like how she said that.
So, yeah, I believe, just according to the way that we see things unfold. Now we know that man is trying to play a part in progressing things as well. You know what I mean? Because they want to bring forth their own agenda. But I think it's like Scripture says that Yah is placing these things in their heart to do, and it's according to His will that things may happen, so that we can get to that point in time where yes, judgment is fallen, and now it's up to us, like what Scripture says. Here is the patience of the saints. And so what will the saints go through? Let's talk about that a little bit, because guys, this is why we're talking about the recompense of the wicked. What's going to be repaid to the wicked? We in turn, that's why I did the message last night. Vengeance is mine, says Yahuwah. It is not our duty or our responsibility to step up and try to exact vengeance on His behalf. He will handle that. And so in the days to come, we all have targets on our back. You know what I mean? We all have targets on our back, and we had to be prepared. And that's why we were baptized in the water. So when the fiery arrows come, with what quenches fire, water. You know what I mean? And through the baptism of the Ruach HaKodesh, that's the holy fire that the devil's fire doesn't have. Fire arrows can't even touch. So we stand strong and we continue to be ready. But that's why we have to. That's why we all have to continue to be united. We can't be allowing little things to come in and cause discord, because that's what the enemy want to do. That the sacred name and the calendar and the you have different teachers trying to instead of them helping. Like me, I don't care. Take our content, share it on your channel if you need to help get the gospel out there. It ain't for me to get recognition. I'm trying to give Him all the recognition. That's what I want. I want Him to get all the recognition. I believe Tameka and Lee and Sandy and Sean agree with me on this, but we ain't doing these videos to benefit ourselves. We're doing this to edify our brothers and sisters and awaken those that come across these videos, even though we have, a Skywalker and whoever it is taking over the comments, you know what I'm saying, before the video even dropped. Skywalker and Lauren and Lauren Hill and whoever else it is, the robot jumping in trying to take over. But at the same time, like I said, whoever stumbled across the video, more power to you. If you want to use part of the content, you know what? Even if you try and discredit me and try to make me look bad, on one hand, just like they tried to do Stephen, they tried to do Paul, and they still trying to do Paul. They still trying to discredit him. Yeah. Now, this is what I don't understand. That's even though he ain't here, that's still our brother, huh? Right? And if he is under that label, then guess who judges him? Yah, not you, not me, not anybody else. And so when it comes down to it, just like what we're talking about now, the recompense of the wicked, those that are destroying this man and making him, guess what? You're gonna find that reward to be very unsatisfying if you don't repent for just tarnishing this man's name, because Yahuwah said it. Yahusha said this. He said he will suffer many things for my name's sake, but he will be a light unto the Gentiles.
Yep, that's right.
And that's what he did. And so when what we see coming, yes, we see judgment. And shortly, your answer, yes, we see judgment falling.
Amen. I agree. I totally agree. And that just shows the days that we're in, right? So we know where we're at, and we feel it in the air. We see it on TV, we see it on social media, we hear it on the radio, and we hear all these words being plugged. It's kind of like witchcraft. They keep feeding this stuff into our minds and trying to infiltrate our spirit with what's going on. And you can't go anywhere without being reminded of it. You see somebody with a mask, or you see somebody.
Oh my goodness. So remember I told y'all, Lee, me and you were having a conversation. Matter of fact, I think it was earlier in the week, you said Amanda was going to the store. You said maybe she'll record what's going on, and the stuff. How's y'all Walmart look? Because they boarding up the windows at our Walmart, and they empty all the jewelry out before they leave. They empty. They usually leave the jewelry shelves full. They emptied it. Like what? I told y'all, pay attention to what Walmart do. Because Walmart was the first one to start putting a little follow the lines and all that stuff, and now the mall like that, and every other store like that you go in. And now they boarding up their windows. And guys, we do not live on a bad side of town where anybody has any reason to come over here and loot or riot. And not saying that it's just in the good, I mean in the bad neighborhoods that this happened. But what I'm saying is we don't have those individuals in this area that just would get. Why would Walmart is like sitting in its own little corner? Why would people go there and start? You know what I mean? It just don't make no sense. I'm talking about. I'm watching the guy. I pull up. I went this morning. First thing this morning, get up, went and did what I had to do, and nothing. All the only thing was I noticed the jewelry was missing. They moved all the like the benches and stuff where you could sit along the sides when you come in. All that is moved. But I get back this evening in North Carolina, run to Walmart to grab a couple things to make some hamburgers with tomorrow when I thing in. And I'm watching a dude cut board out the hang up in the windows. And I mean, they had 90% of the windows already boarded up. Yeah. She said Target boarded up their front door. So listen, these big.
Yeah, you pay attention to those like Target and Walmart and Costco, all them different places like that.
It's amazing, and they want to defund police departments.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, you go for it. You know what a lot of those police officers are doing? Yeah, I can't speak for all of them, but they're saying, you know what, you guys just go ahead and take care of your own business. Do your own law keeping. Because I know as a police officer, every time they go to make an arrest, they're thinking about this. They're thinking it's hindering the way they do their job.
Yeah.
And it's not fair to them. Those are called to serve and protect. Yeah. It's not fair to them because now they have to think about it. So their job is hindered, which puts them at risk and puts other people at risk as well. So it's psychological. Totally.
Yeah, you're right.
So real quick, guys, we are having a good conversation, but I want to touch on this because she asked, and I see that some answers going forth in the chat, and so me and Tameka don't always bring this up, but we found out not too long, well, some years before we baptized Emmanuel, kind of the same way with Amanda saying right here. We gave him we told him what it was, helped him understand what it is. And some of the same scenario, Emmanuel has a small spectrum of autism, but it's not it. He's very, very astute. Like he pays attention to, like he has like an OCD type deal. Like things have to be right. If it ain't, he try to fix it, and he has anxiety real bad if stuff don't go the way that he want to. But when, one thing that we did, we got ready to do a baptism, and he asked what it was, and when we explained it to him, he wanted to do it. So I would say, if your 9-year-old little baby boy want to do it, and because I believe that the children have a greater, more closer relationship with y'all, especially when we raise them up in the way that they go. I think that they have a more closer and intense relationship with y'all than we do as far as their faith goes, because sometimes it's just stuff that he just come out and say what Yahusha told him. And I know that it was Yahusha because it's straight scripture or something pertaining to scripture. And it's like, wow, I didn't tell him that, and I asked Tameka, did you tell him that? So I would say,
I feel the same way, especially if they can understand, because 9 years old, they understand, what you're telling them. So I think they should have a choice whether they want to do it or not. And most little kids, especially when you're raising them up in the Torah or, in the way, they do want to do, they want to get a close relationship with him.
Wow. That's right.
He said, suffer the little children to come unto me, and that's a better way for them to come closer relationship with him, to be baptized in his name. So that's how I agree. That's my opinion, get them baptized.
Right.
in his name.
All right, Lee.
Yes, sir.
What you got, buddy?
No, hey, I'm with you guys. I know with Ava, she asked to, and like you said, Brother Wes, it's they have the veil is more. I mean, they
Yeah.
can see more, and they're led
Yes.
more by the Spirit because they haven't been nearly as corrupted as we have in our older age.
Right.
That's
And
right.
being brought up the way they're being brought up, how many kids do you know that are our age that are like us, or people our age
Right.
that were brought up in that way? I mean, there's some out there, but it's rare. And in this group, even just within the house, there's some children, there's some kids. You got Josiah, you got our kid Wes, and we got Brian, Nikki, and we got some children around there being brought up in the way of Yahusha and the way he teaches us. So I think that's an awesome thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, go for it. And as far as baptism, whenever there's a chance to be baptized, it's like a renewing of those vows.
I done been baptized. Well, according to my mom, it's 3 times now. They did the little sprinkling when I was a baby. So I made the choice again when I got saved. It was like, what, 2 years after we first got saved? And then after we came into Torah, we redid ourselves, me, Sandy, and Tameka. We actually, like, we got a river that we go to in Georgia to baptize. So it's kind of like our Jordan River, you know what I mean? Like, we found a perfect spot. The first time we went down there, I was blowing the shofar and people came and was watching us do the baptism, so that was pretty cool. And then the second time we went, Tawanda was baptized, and we actually did it because, like, as I did more and more studying about being immersed, I realized that going backward, it's cool, but you really supposed to dunk them kind of forward, like Philip did the Ethiopian. And he said, I'm right here, bear, do me in muddy water. You know what I'm saying? So I think, yeah, I mean, if he asked about it, I think he's ready.
I spoke to him. That's right. Because y'all speaking to the children in this season. He is talking to them.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, they're gonna see things that are unimaginable. They already
okay, so Emmanuel the other day he drew what he called a volcano, but he said, but I want you to know it's creatures inside of there. So I was searching the news for different articles and things like that. And guys, they won't put stuff like this like at the forefront of the news. They want to just COVID and the George Floyd thing to be there. So if you really want to find like different articles and stuff like that, like cause when he tell me stuff, I start like looking like volcanoes erupt, you know what I mean? But I found this article where it said a guy unsealed this cave and it had 33 different types of creatures in there. 33. Yeah. That's what it says. So I don't know. I just was like, whoa, because he had just said something about creatures being, in this volcano. Yeah. But what it led me and Tameka to was Revelation chapter 9, verse 11, and the 5th trumpet being blown.
Yeah.
Where the locusts come descend from the bottomless pit. So, I mean, I think what we're about to see happening is going to be men's hearts failing them for fear, for things that are coming upon the earth.
Yes, sir.
And then look, guys, I got a projection from my energy company, and it said that this year is going to be one of the worst years for hurricane season. Like, they already projecting that. So they tell you how to be efficient, to keep essentials, the word's gonna be essentials around for if your lights go out.
It's gonna be a crazy summer.
Yeah. She talked about the same thing that I saw. But it wasn't a meme. I seen the actual article for that. Somebody did make a meme out of it though, but it was the same picture with a dude looking down in the thing. Yeah, I saw the meme too.
Wow.
But this is the thing. This is the thing, guys. We have to go through the things that are coming or the things that will happen. We won't suffer the wrath of Yah, but we do have to go through the judgments, unfortunately.
Yeah.
You know, the judgments are the tribulation. But I do believe that with us being, you know, keeping the faith and holding strong, I believe that he will hide us. That's why he gives us Psalm 91, you know, Psalm 38 and the Proverbs to tell us, you know, to be strong, to hold on. And Yahusha even gave us, you know, he told us straight up. He said, listen, he said they're gonna many are gonna hate you for my name's sake. They're gonna take, he said they're gonna take you and they're gonna scourge you and kill you. He said, but when they ask you, don't you speak, you be quiet, because the Ruach will take over. They're gonna say whatever it's saying. And I always say this: if it's off with my head, I pray that I'm still my head, my mouth's still going, and words are still coming out when I hit the ground.
And you know, that's why Psalm 91:8 said, only with your eyes shall you behold and see the reward of the wicked.
Oh, did she say Psalm 91:8? Yes, ma'am. That's what it said. That's why I threw it up there on.
And you know, and that's what it says. I think it's Revelation chapter 5. And I know you guys often hear me talk about, you know, the scorpions that will sting man, and they will sting them for 5.5 months, but they won't die.
Run the scripture, love.
But those who are still with Yahuwah's name, it won't touch them. So that's what he's talking about. Our eyes shall behold the reward of the wicked. We will be right there. So when people talking about we will be raptured away, Yahuwah said we will be still right here when all this stuff hit the scene.
So question.
Right here.
Question, all right? Because I heard Yahusha say at the sound of the last trump, right?
Yeah.
Or the sound of a trump, but then we're told at the sound of the last trump. And so why is it that, you know, we're getting man, guys, I don't seen just videos this week talking about that the rapture gonna happen this weekend. This weekend. I started to put my old I got an old rapture video that I made just to pick and play around. And I'm sitting in a chair kind of like this. And what I did was I took a bunch of incense and stuff like that, had them burning, so it looked like that. I just poof and we're gone.
Oh yeah, I remember that. And you know, that's why so many people are being deceived, because now don't get me wrong, Yahoo will give some people a date, but it's those who you know,
he'll give them what?
A date on certain, you know, like not like no date for no rapture or nothing like that.
Okay.
A date. But I'm saying that's why so many people are deceived, because they putting dates on different times.
Hey, Cadence.
Saying this will happen. This will happen. So when you think about that, that's how people get deceived, because now they believing in false prophets. And that's how you know a false prophet, because nothing they say won't come to pass. And that's why we have to be watchful and prayerful. We have to test every spirit by the Spirit.
Amen.
Shalom, Tawanda.
Oh, I'm sorry, Shalom, Tawanda. I seen that. She said Cadence was there. Their 15-year-old daughter. Hey, Cadence. It's always awesome to me when the Brian and Nikki. It's always awesome to me when the you know, when the youth are hanging off of the word. Hey, right. I wish that I did it when I was younger. Honestly.
Me too. Took me too long to come back, but I wouldn't change my experience for nothing, because that's what Yahoo needed me to go through to bring me to him. But I wish I would have got saved, younger than what I did, instead of playing around in the world. But I'm thankful now that I know better, and I can tell other people. I'm letting my light shine. They can tell other people, come to Yahoo while you got a chance. Come on, salvation is near. Let him come into your home. Hallelujah. And I dreaded for those, because he said
they sure don't.
He said, we go into a person's home, bring our peace in there, but if they don't receive our peace, take it. The peace gonna come back with us.
Oh man.
And we have to pray for those people. And he said, dust your feet off and go to the next town. It's worse for that city than in the days of Sodom. So we have to keep them in prayer because when we left Georgia, where's God?
Well, we left a city in Georgia. We didn't leave. We left a city in Georgia. She about to just do the whole state.
He dust his feet off.
Well, okay, this is my thing. You call us to preach the gospel to you. We gonna preach the gospel to you, but you gonna call us to come back the next year and y'all still, I mean, like, it's the same thing. Hooping, hollering, screaming, talking about the same thing, and ain't nothing changed. Okay, this time I gave them fair warning. Hey guys, I ain't coming to give you, and I think that's when I started saying ramby pamby. I'm not coming to give you no ramby-pamby word. This means all of us, we need to work and make sure that we have ourselves right. And I'm not going to sit up here and entertain you. Sorry. That just is that part of my life is over and done with. For people to sit there and try to give me some I don't need it. I don't like eating cake before I eat my I'd rather eat that for dessert. I want. And when dessert come, I'll be with Mashiach.
You want to eat that lamb. You want to eat all that meat.
I want the good. Yeah, yep. I want the nourishment.
Don't came out that milk.
But hey, look at what the fifth trumpet say. And the fifth angel sounded, and I saw a star fall from heaven unto the earth.
From where?
Oh, sorry guys. Revelation chapter 9. Revelation chapter 9, verse 1. And a fifth angel sounded, and I saw a star fall from heaven unto the earth, and to him was given the key of the bottomless pit. And he opened the bottomless pit, and there arose a smoke out of the pit, as the smoke of a great furnace, and the sun and the air were darkened by reason of the smoke of the pit. And there came out of the smoke locusts upon the earth, and unto them was given power as the scorpions of the earth have power. And what do the scorpions do? They sting. They poison you, right? and it was commanded them. It was commanded them that I want everybody to hear that word again. It was commanded them that they should not hurt the grass of the earth, neither any green thing, neither any tree, but only those men which have not the seal of Yahuwah. So guess what, guys?
I'm sorry when I
said
Revelation 5. I'm so sorry.
We're protected. You were thinking about the fifth trumpet. That's why I got your back, love.
Thank you.
But it says that they were given a command that they can't touch any green grass. So they ain't here to they're here to for the wicked. Yeah. For those that decided to choose the mark of the beast. And so, guys, this is why we don't want to be on that side of the spectrum. We want to be with y'all. We want to be able to be hidden from that. And that's why you have in Psalm 91 where it starts off. Hold on. Gotta find it real quick. I won't quote it right. How does it start off? It said, he that dwells in the secret place of El Elyon shall abide under the shadow of El Shaddai. I will say of Yahuwah, he is my refuge and my fortress, my Elohim, and him I will trust. Surely he will deliver you from the snare of the fowler, the snare, the trap that they're trying to set out, right? From the hunter, yeah, and from the noisome pestilence. He shall cover you with his feathers. Under his wings shall you trust. His truth shall be your shield and buckler. His truth shall be your shield and buckler. Let's say that one more time. His truth. And guess what we're supposed to be walking in? Truth. What is the truth? It's the way. What is the way? It's the life. Who is the way, the truth, and the life? Yahusha HaMashiach. And so if we try to do it any other way, right? He said no thief can enter in.
That's right.
And yet we see people trying to basically build the Tower of Babel all over again.
Yeah. That's why we need to ask for the Ruach Etzah, the spirit of counsel, to come in and counsel these people's hearts and minds. Bring them back to their first love. Did I say it right? Etzah?
That's right, sister. The Sabbath is
Amen.
his mark, and we're
That's
protected.
right.
And you know that what we just read about those that can't be touched by the locusts. Y'all, do y'all remember in Ezekiel somewhere where you had the 6 slayers or the 5 slayers come forth, and one of them have an inkhorn, and it said, "Hold up,
Yeah.
go mark all the ones with a tav." Right?
Yeah.
Go mark all the ones with a tav, and it's funny because when you're reading in the book of Nicodemus, or those of you that may have Hava you can read the book of Nicodemus or the Gospel of Nicodemus, and it says that when Yahusha told the I can't remember his name now, but it's in the Gospel of Nicodemus. But when he told the thief on the cross, "You shall be with me in paradise," he was marked with a tav when
Yeah,
he
I read that.
was there on his shoulder, so that they knew that he was saved from corruption, right? And so the tav is Yahuwah's seal for his people, and so we want to be sealed, right? We want to be what you want your name to be signed, you want to be sealed, and you definitely need to be delivered.
Come on, signed, sealed, and delivered.
You're right. You want to be signed, sealed, and delivered, so that way we can enter into his rest. Not entering. Listen, everybody keep talking about how entering into heaven. He said heaven is in you. He dwells in you, right?
Heavenly place you sit in.
Heavenly place. Yeah, I mean, we walk in heavenly places.
That's
like
right.
and what did Yahusha say? He said, let this let it be in heaven, let it be on earth as it is in heaven. Your kingdom come. Your kingdom come. And so that's what we're preparing for, the kingdom to come. It said that Abraham didn't look for no city, not a city, built here on this in this natural plane. He's looking for that city that gonna be built off of Yahusha, which is that new Jerusalem, that new earth, new heavens.
Amen. Amen. And when you was talking about the book of Nicodemus, one thing I find that was awesome. It says when the angels went and they came up, and when they came to the tomb, and they said when the 2 angels were walking with Yahusha, that they seen the tree, behind him. And it made me think about, when he said, any man that deny himself, that any man that come after me must deny himself and take up his tree and follow behind me. It made me, recognize that when we suffer, when we come behind him, do we have that tree following behind us, showing that we are suffering for his name's sake? Because he constantly tell us that if we come on this narrow path, there will be some trouble. He let that be known. There's gonna be some trouble. But rejoice, be of good cheer, for I have overcome this world. So I find that kind of fascinating that he would say that, because that is awesome. That he can recognize us, and by his name in the forehead. And I'm just excited, because I would never thought that I would get to 2020, because the life I lived was reckless. And now I'm seeing, I'm walking in, I'm not saying I got my life fully right, but I ain't where I was in the past. And I'm striving for perfection. So many people say they perfect. They walking in righteousness. They walk perfect, but next thing you know, they're no longer in church. And I'm like, whoa,
Right.
y'all.
So
Whoa, what is going on? You're no longer a follower of Yahusha. So I let anybody know, just do what Yahusha tell you to do. Be obedient. Walk in his ways. Keep his commandments. Keep his statutes.
Right. So I wanna, because I don't even think I told you this, Tameka. Like, I did a study on that scripture you were just talking about, where you talk about bear your cross, and I noticed that you referenced this as bear your tree. But when he said bear your cross, he was saying bear your tav, bear this mark, huh? No, the mark, the seal, the seal of Yah. That's what you're bearing. And because I was like, how was he referencing cross before then? But when you look at the tav is a cross of 2 sticks. Yeah. And so what he was saying is bear this symbol of my name, right? Bear this symbol of my name. You represent me. And so as you carry this, it ain't a tree that he was carrying, right? Per se, like that's what we know that he had to carry his but what he was saying to his disciples is, in order to follow me, this tav that you're gonna carry, this mark that you're bearing, it holds weight. And so you have to bear it in representation of me, of my name. And so that's why he said, many of you shall be hated for my name's sake. And it took me a long time to try to figure out, like, I'm like, okay, so it say that he was hung on a tree, but he telling us to bear our cross. And how is he telling us this before he even went to the cross? How, and not saying that he in some sense wasn't referencing what would take place to him, but when you go and you do a study and you look at it from the Hebraic mindset, he was saying, take my Sabbaths, take my, love your Elohim, and basically keep my commandments. In other words,
bear the tav, the mark, the seal. Just like when in the book of Nicodemus, when he went and they let him go because he bared that seal on his shoulder. So that's awesome. The tav and the cross, and his yoke is easy at the same time. So all we have to do is fall in line, and really it comes down to traditions of man. It seems like that's the biggest hang up, and that's going to keep a lot of people from receiving that mark or that tav.
Well, so that's why he was able to tell Paul, that thorn would never leave your side.
Right, because when you stop and you think about what he's talking about, because I looked up some Hebrew idioms, and the thorn represent another nation that is, or basically holding you down or oppressing you. And so when he said this thorn that he was talking about is, well, who was he oppressed by? When he got into Rome, he wasn't able to go. He had a place there, but he wasn't able to just move freely. He was in prison and under house arrest. And so therefore, it's funny how when we view things, we take little things that were spewed off to us, and you have to constantly kind of go back and retrain yourself from that way of what because a lot of people, well you don't know what his thorn was. Well, if you learn what different customs and different and it's the same way, like when you go and you study, and you don't have to study it now, but the Talmud and different things, you get why they said, hey, they don't keep the traditions of the elders, because they went under the oral law when they went into Babylon. Why? It was because most of their Torahs, most of their manuscripts were removed or taken from them, but you had certain ones. What did y'all tell Jeremiah? He said that he would place it in their heart. And so this is how Daniel will remember the words of. Remember, he said that he remembered. It came back to his remembrance during the book of Jeremiah that he said this. You know what I mean? And so remember, you had different ones like Baruch and different ones that were keeping the thing. But what happened when Ezra went back? Right, Yah had them right. How many books? 200 and something books.
Yeah. Oh man.
In a matter of 40 days, and he said, let them have these, right? Yeah. He said, but I need you to set these apart for only those that are wise enough to understand. Right? And so I believe now, as we see the book of Enoch coming back and surfacing, you know what I mean? We see that Enoch his book plays a big role in that deception with the first incursion that happened with the Watchers, right? And so it's giving us insight to pay attention to what these things are.
Wow, yeah. Go ahead, Lee.
No, I was going to say, what you're talking about, our eyes will see the recompense of the wicked, and the eyes are gates that we're supposed to guard. But the Father talks about eyes a lot, and so in Ezekiel 7:4, for my eye will have pity on you, will no pity on you, nor will spare you, but I will bring your ways upon you, and your abominations will be among you. Then you will know that I am Yahuwah. And
Mm.
then Ezekiel 9:10, but as for me, my eye will have no pity, nor will I spare you, but I will bring their conduct upon their heads. And so you think about those gates, and we're talking about gates, the eyes, the ears,
Yeah.
and we're
Mm.
talking about the tav, and we're talking about the seal, and we're not talking about traditions. We're talking about what is written.
That's
And
right.
Brother West, when you bring up Enoch, and that's such a fascinating book. It seems it was a treasure that we came across
Yeah.
later on when we got out of dispensationalism, when we got out of the mainstream church, and when we started coming upon these truths, we it opened up a whole new can of worms. Because before we were saved,
Right.
well, we got saved this time. We did change. We didn't go back to our
Yeah.
old ways, and we
Amen.
started going forward. And we're a work in process, like Nikki said in the chat, like we're all saying, we're not
Right.
perfect. We're not even close to
Right.
perfect,
That's right.
and we have each other to help each other
Come
out in
on.
prayer and intercession
Yes.
and encouragement. And our biggest components are our spouses when it comes to that.
Amen.
Yeah.
And likewise for the kids, the children, it's our parents. And so who's above us? It's always about that umbrella. We have Yah
Oh, me
at the
now.
top, and then comes on down. Then you have the husband
Husband.
and the wife and the children. We have covering that's over us. And
Come on.
so I my
Thank you, Lee. Thank you.
my wife, she, and the flesh sometimes is such a horrible thing. And like Bryant says, it's a skin, the sin suit. And it really is. And sometimes the greatest love is pointing out these things to your spouse. If there's little things or inconsistencies, the greatest love, and the flesh at first is like, oh man,
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah. I don't
man,
want to hear this.
she's like, oh, just getting on me, and man, just leave me alone. But
Yep. I can agree with that.
yeah, so those things,
Yeah, she go.
yeah. I mean, we, but we're thankful for each other, and we're thankful. And like Brian and Nikki and the kids there, and they're listening to these things, and it's really a blessed time to be in. And they're going to lean on us for leadership. And
Amen.
as the father is our leader, as head of the household, we
That's
are
right.
leaders of this smaller
Hallelujah.
command, so to speak. But you think about the father and some of that righteous. We don't battle flesh and blood. We
That's right.
know that, and we see
Right.
things, and we gotta guard ourselves and keep ourselves in the reminder that we're fighting against principalities,
Yeah.
and we got to keep that in mind and teach our kids that. I think is a huge thing.
Yeah.
Just that it's not the people, it's the spirit that guides those people. We're supposed to love everybody. We're supposed to
That's right, bro.
give and serve, and that does something to somebody's spirit when you do something in a serving way to people. It impacts them because it's so rare in this world. Everybody's self-serving. Everybody is about themselves, and a lot of people seem to be so selfish. And we got to keep reminding ourselves and each other as brothers and sisters in Yah. We are here for each other, and we are here till the end. And it's like iron sharpens iron. We'll also give our life for each other.
That's right.
And y'all we just got to keep that in mind. But I appreciate you bringing up the Tav, Wes,
Hmm.
and the book of Nicodemus. That was a real blessing. So
Amen.
there's so
Amen.
much to that in the tree, and there's so much in
Mhm.
the Hebrew language. There's just so much to it, and it's so complex and
Sure
in
is.
depth, but so simple at the same time. In the Western world, until we bring this back to remembrance, that right there is the barrier to truth. That is the whole essence of the truth, is in the
That's
wording and the way people talk and the way people act and what things mean and what they actually mean here as opposed to the East and the West.
yeah.
we got to keep those things in mind, because that's the way it was then. That's when our rabbi was preaching on this earth. He was reading, he was leading by example, he was serving others. That is the essence of the core. We want to be as much like Yahushua as we can be. We want, in every word and every deed and every action, love people, tell people the good news. And I believe when that spirit takes over, as we come into these last days, it's going to be a big impact on this world. So,
Amen.
And you know, when you was talking about the Torah, you and Wesley reminded me of a guy that was over there in Israel on the Shabbat day, where he was being persecuted for, speaking the word. So when they got ready to put him in the car, he said, "No, I can't get in this car. It's Shabbat. Let me walk. I'll meet you too. I'm not going to not go to jail. I will come to jail, but I don't want you driving me to the police station, because now you're breaking Shabbat for me." So that's what he was letting them know, because he still was doing. He because the word tells us on Shabbat, don't let your maid servant, don't let nobody do nothing for you. Don't even work on that day. There's a day for rest. And he was making the evidence like, don't put me in this car so you won't be no servant driving me to the. I will meet you there. And I was like, whoa. I didn't think about it as far as you driving or a person driving you, or you still got to operate that vehicle,
Right. Working. Yeah, that's what it comes down to. And you're not, when you say bow a knee to or any of these false deities, you think about the persecution that those went through for not bowing a knee. Well, really, bowing your knee to work on Shabbat, or bowing your knee to do something that wouldn't be in favor of Yah, it's not bearing his mark. Right. And so, to cause other people to sin, that's something we're not supposed to do. That's why the way we dress, the way we talk, the way we act, our actions, everything we do, that can have a direct impact on somebody's life. Definitely.
Right.
And that's why I've been saying a prayer for anybody who watched this video, because now it's going inside their ears. So when they get before Yahusha, there would not be an excuse for them to say they didn't know about Shabbat. Because if you tuned into a video that's talking about Shabbat or talking about his Torah, now you have become evidence that you heard this in your ears. You have heard and listened to a person speaking this. But you still refuse his word about Shabbat, about keeping the Torah, about keeping his commandments. And that's why I often pray for whoever look at our video, whoever look at Jessica and Dr. Pidge, and whoever look at Remnant House, that their ears, that if they gonna listen to it, pay attention and heed to his word. Because when you get before him, the books are gonna be open.
Amen. Because we're not we're not Jewish. We're not Protestant, we're not Catholic. We aren't any of those labels. We're so different. We're so blessed for it. And so, it makes you wonder every time you post something about a Sabbath day video, what are people thinking? What are people, but we're not any of those things. We're followers of Mashiach. We're followers of Yahushua. We're followers of the way. Some people call us Nazarene. You can label us as whatever, but we are ruled and we are taught by our rabbi through the Ruach, through us to the Father. So,
Amen. That's so true. Yeah. I mean, when we all view, who it is that we're really following, it's not any denomination, it's not any. It's not any preacher or any man or anything like that. You know what I mean? Yeah, we all, Remnant House, but at the same time, we followers of the Messiah. And so we walk according to his ways. You know what I mean? We ain't trying to lead people to walk out our ways. What we try to do is we try to prescribe, not subscribe, but prescribe. We ain't ask you to subscribe, we ask you to prescribe to his word, Get in his word, eat of it, learn of it. You know what I mean? Let it enter in, let it cleanse you out, let it make you a new creature, and find the path because it's narrow. He said, and it's hard. You know what I mean? And only few. He said, listen. He said few find it. He didn't say they end up on it. He said they only few find it.
Oh man.
And so we can only imagine when he says few is how many people? Almost 8 billion people on the earth.
Yeah.
How many? What is a few in his eyesight? Now we know that Enoch said that he saw them with hundreds of thousands, but the term millions wasn't embedded then. So the only thing they could say is thousands and thousands. Now maybe 10 million, maybe 20 million. Who knows? You know what I mean? What a few is in his eyesight. The point is, I want to be counted in that number. I don't want to be with the wicked because that's a lot of people being removed. I want to be able to inherit the earth.
That's right.
What's coming? The new earth, the new heaven.
Yeah, because he said that broad path, they're wide. He said a lot of find their way to that. That's wide. Woo. I understand what you're saying, Liz. I feel you on
right.
that.
But now I want to give everybody a little info on something. I want y'all to look at something because guess what? Just like they had that Operation Lockstep manual, well, guess what, guys? The Rockefeller Foundation just did a new manual Tuesday, April 21st, 2020. And it's called the National COVID-19 Testing Action Plan, Pragmatic Steps to Reopen Our Workplaces and Our Communities. This is what they came up with to open the country back up. Now, guys, I advise you to download this, read it, look it up. I mean, I don't have time to sit up here and read this whole thing right now, but it has so much information pointing to their projected plan on how to track and how to keep up with. Put it like this: they have facilities. Already have facilities. Why you think they were empty in prisons, guys? They have facilities to put you in when you say, "Oh, I ain't taking that. I'm not being a part of that vaccine." And I think Lee, you brought it up. I heard Dr. Pitcher bring it up about the luciferays, what they would use from the lightning bugs. For light bugs, what they call it? Light bugs, something like that. Fireflies, yeah. I couldn't think of the name, but they would take the essence or fluorescence or whatever you call it from the little bulb on the fireflies, and they would turn it into a type of ink, the place it's tattooed under your skin, so that basically, I guess if they shine a light on it, it says, "Oh, he had." It's kind of like, I don't know if anybody remember when I used to go to the club. Since it was a nighttime thing, they give you like a little stamp that you can only see with the black light. So when you want to get in and get out, you flash it up under the little black light, and they'll see that your arm been stamped. But yeah, it's getting serious out there, guys. It's getting so serious to the point where now you have the Rockefeller Foundation, where they was already doing it, but they're getting bolder. They're throwing PDFs online for you. They're right there, and you know what? People don't even know why, because they don't search, they don't look, they don't even think twice about it. Matter of fact, they don't even believe that there's a elite out there trying to snuff out the masses.
Right. Yeah, so many people are blind by it. But even in that thing that you just showed, that plan, there's so many holes in it, man. It's like a fishing net. I mean, it's just like, I haven't read it yet, but as far as some of the studies they've done a lot of studies on, I don't remember what country it was in, but they did studies on some deceased that supposedly died from the COVID, and they found that the ventilators, and I'm looking for it right now, but the ventilators were actually part of the problem,
killing them. Yeah,
killing them. And I just saw something in there about medical equipment, medical supplies, and here recently, some people have retracted what they've said about hydrochlor or whatever. As far as that being unsafe, because we know those, I believe, with lupus, take that in small dosages. but there's been a lot of studies out that say otherwise. So you have conflicting reports on what people are saying. Obviously, from Dr. F, whatever his name is, Fauci, and then other
Yeah.
doctors coming on saying
The
something.
Sith Lord.
Yeah, the Sith guy. We see that there's so many conflicting things, and so right now in the time that we're in these final days, we have to lean on the Ruach for discernment, and because that seems to be the biggest thing with people is discerning things, right? And since we are His and we are being led by Yah, we trust and have faith in the Ruach. We have faith. And so discernment's going to be the number one thing that gets us through these final days with the narrow road, brother. I mean, at least that's my take on it, because when you look at something that doesn't feel right, or if there's something in your spirit telling you to go right instead of left, you're going to go the way that your gut tells you to go. And a lot of people say, well, that's your Ruach, especially if you're at Him. So if they try to do these things at work, if they try to implement a vaccine, or they try to do things like that of that nature that are going to go against our beliefs, we're not going to bow a knee to take a vaccine that has aborted fetal cells in it. And I know a lot of people that aren't necessarily believers that aren't going to take that vaccine, just for the simple fact that they see what's going on. So there's some people waking up to what's happening now. And right now we have to lean on discernment and pray for that with each other.
Amen, brother. Who is
Amen.
Dr. Sour Cheese?
Dr. Fauci.
Yeah.
Oh
Dr.
yeah, I was.
Fauci.
What was he saying today? When he was saying something about people who are not wearing masks are the ones who can spread it. Were y'all talking about that just then?
Nah,
No.
no.
Yeah, the ones who are not wearing masks are the ones who are spreading the vaccine.
The ones that are what? Spreading the
Now, the fact
infection.
that says Americans who don't wear masks may propagate the further spread of the infection.
Yeah.
So y'all. He's talking about us guys.
Yeah, they're pointing us out.
Those set apart people.
Yeah, look at those people going the wrong way in the supermarket.
Oh
Exactly. Oh
man.
man, I
Oh my
know.
goodness. Guys, today. I mean, what I wanted the pickles. They were right there. I was like, I'm not walking all the way back around there to get in. The guy just he looked
They
like he wanted to do me.
mug.
He looked like he wanted to do me like this. The guy over there stocking the shelf. He looked like he wanted to say something so bad. I was just like, man, I ain't walking all the way around there to get but then, I talked to y'all on the way from there. I said, y'all, because I'm not following their rules. Am I am I disrespecting you? But you have to ask yourself that. You
Yeah,
know what I'm saying?
he did say we supposed to respect
But
those.
but at the same time, it's like I'm not. It's hard for me to. I can't
We
do
don't pay no.
the.
Okay, get this. They got it
I
on.
ain't I ain't a, I ain't a part of the herd.
It's
If
not a
you
law,
walk,
brother.
if you walking, you are not gonna see it, because if you looking up, who got the time to be looking down? You're gonna run into somebody in Walmart.
I honestly ain't looking for it. I'm just used to going, grabbing what I need, and keep moving. I was
Say
just.
that
I ain't
wrong.
gonna lie though. I was just like, man, I am not looking to follow your direction.
I just keep going. When I see it, I just keep going on down. They just look at me. People be mean mugging me for
Oh, they be mean mugging
one
me too.
thing.
Like,
For
no,
one thing, because I don't have on a mask, and then plus I'm walking down the wrong aisle.
exactly,
And
exactly.
they be mugging. I mean, they be mugging you.
Yeah. Well, it's about in days it's about those that are seeking His righteousness. So yeah, like you said, Mika, there's a target on your back.
Yep.
You're set apart anyway, and the
Exactly.
spirit sense that. If there's a spirit, the opposite spirit, they're gonna target you in any way they can. It's like
Yeah.
people that don't like you and they don't know why.
Yeah.
It's just. I guess that's you gotta count that as a blessing.
I mean,
I put it like this: I'm a sheep of Messiah, not a sheep of the world. You know what I
I
mean?
mean,
Like, you're not just you're not gonna lead me a certain way so you can catch me and tag me. No,
But like he said, they hated me first, they're gonna hate you also.
Yeah, I know.
There you go, right there. So we gonna be
That's
hated.
right.
But blessed are those who are reviled and persecuted for my name's sake. Great is their reward in heaven. So
Ooh,
bless us.
greater is their reward. That's what we talking about. What's gonna be the reward of the wicked? Because we know what the reward of the saints is.
Right.
The greatest reward I can receive is just to be face to face with them.
Come on. He said, on the prayer I get to see y'all.
I ain't trying to be the one that hear
They're
you
way out.
just barely.
Hey, it's me. Like that tall person sitting in front of you in the theater, you trying to go all the way. Hey, Yahuwah. Because everybody gonna get to see Yahushua. He's the judge.
Because when you think about it, though, right? See, when you think about it, he omnipotent. Like if he want to stand in front of 10,000 of our faces at one time, I mean, I know
that's true. Now that's true.
He can, you know what I mean. But what happens when you just one of those that just I did, you did okay, yeah, you did okay.
Yeah, you did enough to make
I don't want to be that guy. I want to be that guy. I want to be up there. You know what I mean? I want to be able to. I want to be one that's invited to sit at the table, and it's like I'm sitting right next to him, even though Lee's sitting next to him and Nick is sitting next to him. Everybody's sitting next to him, but it's like we all have our own personal time with him. That's how we got. It's gonna be as if we all have our own personal time with him. Like he just. Separate himself to be one with all of us, a God.
And that's why every person has to work out their own soul salvation with fear and trembling. They got to work it out. They gotta get there, not pray. Ooh. Because let me tell y'all guys what happened to me yesterday on the phone with my mama. Okay, I know each one of you guys. I know each one of you guys probably got a situation with your parents one way or the other way. And Wes know me a little bit because we've been together for a little bit, quite a long time, probably 14 years. But being married will be 8 this year, so he knows how I am around my mom. And for her to just outright say that I used to say stuff back to her, I had to say, what did you say? Mika almost said some stuff. The flesh stepped in, Lee, brother. I was like, Mom, I'm one of your children. I'm the one that ain't never cursed you out. I'm the one that ain't never said nothing back. That ain't never said nothing back to you. But you gonna label me as one of my siblings?
Right.
I'm the sweetest one you got that ain't never said that, nor cursed you back out. The rest of my sister and brothers, they curse her. I mean, man, they lay down some cursing to this lady. But for her to label me, I'm always the black sheep. So how I got labeled in with your white sheep? How I got labeled in? I'm the black sheep of the family, so I don't got labeled in with everybody else.
Guilt by association.
I guess so. So when she said that, I said, what you say, Mom? I almost said what you said, woman.
Don't you love it when they bring up stuff you don't even remember?
Yeah.
You remember that time? No, I don't. I don't remember that. That's a lot.
Lee, I've been getting that a lot, brother. Don't you remember how you used to? I'm still the same on me. I ain't changed. Now, when I was in the world, I was doing a lot of stuff. But now I don't change. I read my word. Now I'm still dirty. I'm still nasty because I'm in a cult now. So you can't win, brother. You can't win. But I got to give glory to my Mashiach because I thank him for every trial and tribulation. I thank him.
On the back.
Because I still honor my mother. I still honor him. I even honor the stepfather who mistreated me, abused me. I still honor him. When he called, I speak and, let it go. Because I don't forgive him. Yahuwah said forgive him. I forgave him. Right. Even when he messaged me on Facebook, I got to remember, Yahuwah, I have forgiven him. And I pray that you can, he have asked you for forgiveness.
Right.
I'm still going to be the same because he said through love and kindness. Now, that's how you love your enemy. He said through love and kindness is how I draw. He love your very enemy. This man was an enemy of mine. I thought day and night how I was going to kill this man. But y'all wouldn't let me.
Yep.
So I just have to be obedient. And I thank him for relieving me of that, taking all that weight off of me with that. Even when he say I love you, I feel like, ooh,
Feel dirty. Ugh.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. What you got, Wes?
Come on.
I'm trying to see if because I was thinking about we were talking about the volcano.
Turn it off.
And I was trying to see if we were to see one erupt because the reason why I'm looking at that is because before the key to the bottomless pit, right? Let me go back to it. It's one of the trumpets is and 8. One of the trumpets is where did it go? Okay, and the second angel sounded, and it were a great mountain burning with fire was cast into the sea, and third part of the sea became blood, and third part of the creatures which were in the sea and had life died, and the third part of the ships were destroyed, and the third angel sounded, and it there fell a great star from heaven, burning as it were a lamp from heaven, burning as it were a lamp from heaven, and it fell upon the third part of the rivers and upon the fountains of the earth. And the name of the star is called Wormwood, and the third part of the waters became wormwood, and many men died of the waters because they were made bitter. And the fourth angel sounded, and the third part of the sun was smitten, the third part of the moon, and the third part of the stars. And so what I was thinking on that part was when the it was smitten or whatever. I do know that some of the what was it, Mika, the corona or something is like dying out or something, but I also was hearing about some kind of cosmo eruption or something that's supposed to happen. But so I was trying to find out if any volcanoes were erupting or have any erupted, because we know me and Tameka were looking at a pattern. If a volcano on this side of the earth happened or erupt, then on this side of the earth there's a earthquake that's going to happen or happened before that erupted. So it's like the birth pains, kind of, you know what I mean? And then if it's and we found this pattern some years ago that depending on what part of the surface of the earth that the volcano happened, well, the opposite side would receive the earthquake, the pressure of the tectonic plates movement. So I found that, and I know that the moon and the sun and all that play a part in it. And we see with the trumpets that the sun is involved, the moon is involved, the stars are involved. We see that a great mountain falls or whatever. So
there's gonna be a lot of stuff going on.
When this major volcano eruption may happen, will that be that part in time where y'all know is Isaiah 24 where it talks about this big quake that's supposed to be like a worldwide earthquake where it's felt all the way around the earth? I'm gonna see if I can find it real quick.
That one just happened because we talked about it on the Threshingfloor probably about.
This earthquake gonna be on a caliber that
it's gonna split.
It's gonna destroy some stuff.
You're right about that.
Hold on. Let me see if I can find it. Okay. I'm gonna just start from verse 1. Behold, Yahuwah makes the earth empty and makes it waste and turns it upside down and scatters abroad the inhabitants thereof. And it shall be as with the people, so with the priest, as with the servant, so with his master, as with the maid, so with her mistress, as with the buyer, so with the seller. Y'all hearing this? The buyer, the seller.
Where are you at?
Isaiah chapter 24, verse 2. As with the lender, so with the borrower, as with the taker of usury, so with the giver of usury to him. The land shall be utterly emptied and utterly spoiled, for Yahuwah has spoken his word. The earth mourns and fades away. The world languishes and fades away. The haughty people of the earth do languish. The earth also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof, because they have transgressed the Torah. What we see happening. And yes, that's where I'm going, says Tony Yellowstone. They have transgressed the Torah, changed the ordinance, broken the everlasting covenant. Therefore has the curse devoured the earth, and they that dwell therein are desolate. Therefore the inhabitants of the earth are burned, and few men left. This sounds like the some of the the trumpets, right?
Yeah.
The new wine mourns, the new divine languages, all the merry hearted do sigh, the mirth of the tabret ceases, the noise of them that rejoice ends, the joy of the harp ceases. They shall not drink wine with the song, strong drink shall be bitter to them that drink it. The city of confusion is broken down, every house is shut up, that no man may come in. There is a crying for wine in the streets, all joy is darkened, the mirth of the land is gone, and the city is left desolation, and the gate is smitten with destruction. When thus it shall be in the midst of the land among the people, there shall be as the shaking of an olive tree, and as the gleaning grapes when the vintage is done. They shall lift up their voice, they shall sing for the majesty of Yahuwah, they shall cry aloud from the sea. Wherefore glorify ye Yahuwah in the fires, even the name of Yahuwah Elohai of Yasharah in the isles of the sea. From the uttermost part of the earth have we heard song, even glory to the righteous. But I said, my leanness, woe unto me. The treacherous dealers have dealt treacherously. Yea, the treacherous dealers have dealt treacherously. Fear and the pit and the snare are upon you, O inhabitant of the earth. And it shall come to pass that he who flees from the noise of the fear shall fall into the pit, and he that comes up out of the midst of the pit shall be taken in with the snare. For the windows from on high are open, and the foundations of the earth do shake. The earth is utterly broken down. The earth is clean dissolved. The earth is moved exceedingly. The earth shall reel to and fro like a drunkard, and shall be removed like a cottage. And the transgression thereof shall be heavy upon it, and it shall fall and not rise again. And it shall come to pass in that day that Yahuwah shall punish the host of the high ones that are on high, and the kings of the earth upon the earth, and they shall be gathered together as prisoners are gathered in the pit, and shall be shut up in the prison, and after many days shall they be visited. Then the moon shall be confounded, the sun ashamed, when Yahuwah Sabaoth shall reign in Mount Sion and in Jerusalem and before the ancients gloriously. I had to read that one. That just kept coming to mind because we see the reward of the righteous and the reward of the wicked.
Yeah.
In that whole thing.
And that's what I would think is Sister Tony, Yellowstone, when I was thinking about the volcano. Because every time you look around, they talking about Yellowstone. That's why I think it's gonna happen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And so that's what I just was when Lisa, what you looking at? What you got? I'm actually just volcanoes kind of mind I was thinking about when Emmanuel like volcano and creatures in the earth. Like I was just like, he don't just randomly say or do stuff like that, and every time he would draw a hurricane and say it was a hurricane, well, here come a hurricane. Or when he said a tornado, then next thing you know, you hear about tornadoes destroying something somewhere. So I was just wondering because I see that there's a couple of one just went off. Somebody just did it 23 hours ago. Scientists discovered Yellowstone volcano's most powerful eruption. How did he figure that out? I have no idea. But I mean, it's all types of crazy things occurring. And I mean, guys, think about it like this. This is my thing. What will we see happen before the summer ends?
Man, in the spirit, what do you feel? What do you feel, Tameka? In your spirit, how bad is it gonna get? Right?
Brother, I'm gonna tell you like this. I think it's gonna get pretty bad because when you hear people, saying they want this, it reminds me of when they got ready to persecute Yahusha. And they were saying, crucify him, and we want this to be on our generation and generations. It's the same way now, as they call out, different people saying this and that, and coming up against the police. So Trump was saying, and this is what made me realize when he said this. He said he wanted the military to be branched out to every state. And if the governor don't agree with that, he gonna go over their heads. He was sending a warning then. Because we got to pay attention to what he said. It may not manifest right now, but before this year is over with, it gonna manifest because he said that's why. Because I was thinking about why would they start in Virginia? Because remember, right before in January, the beginning of December, they was trying to stop all these the guns from being sold. They said people's got too many guns. We're gonna stop all these guns. But then all of a sudden, when this happened, everybody finding guns. They can
Right.
find guns. All the gun stores open when they was trying to stop the sale of guns in Virginia. It started in Virginia, and then when all these got started with I don't know the guy's name. I'm sorry, but when all they got started, it was 13 states that started rioting. How many strikes on
13, right.
13?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
And it was
guns.
major straight. It was major states.
Well, if you look at, I think it was Canada tried that,
Canada, and then
and the crime rate went up.
Yeah,
And
look at
now-
Chicago, brother. Look at Chicago. Some
Yeah,
of the
they-
stringent gun laws there are,
yeah,
and how many people are just mutilating each other up there. You know,
Yeah.
Exactly.
you know, we don't want to pull out statistics, whatever we do, right? We don't really want to get down to the statistics when it comes to
Exactly.
people dying, because
Yeah,
if you
'cause-
dig for the truth, you're going to find something a little bit different than their narrative. And
Exactly.
they're painting stuff all over the place. They're trying to program people. I'm not going to bow my knee to any of this horse crap. I don't know about you guys, but I see right through it, and I see what they're doing,
Exactly.
and it's getting ready. You want to talk about bringing judgment and judgment falling?
And
Right.
this when everybody who are dreamers, they dreams gonna start connecting. Click, click, click like a
See,
magnet.
Right.
Everybody
Right.
who know each other, they dreams gonna start. This is gonna be our path that Yahusha gonna show each one of us. Okay, Amanda, you might have this one. Tony, you got this one. Tameka and Lee, y'all got this one. Go there, and everybody dream gonna start connecting.
Right. So something that y'all kind of was dealing with me on right around the Passover time is, if y'all notice, the lockdown stayed in effect until after, like, everybody had different times that they kept Passover. Some kept it at the end of March, some kept it at the beginning of April, and some did it at the end of April. Right. And it wasn't until all that ended for the Passover to happen. So I believe it's going to be the same way with the Shavuot.
Yeah.
Dan and a small other group of people that I know, they keep it. I think they're doing it 2 weeks after we do it. So we're actually celebrating it. We observed it last week, but we're actually celebrating it. So I took this Saturday off because that was the original calendar that I was keeping. So I took this Sunday off. This Sunday off so that I wouldn't be working. Like last week I worked, but I still, gave praise and honor to y'all and told them if forgive me if that wasn't the day. But I will observe it this time. And so I believe he honors that, us just celebrating and seeking our path. But what I'm saying is, I think we're gonna really see a manifest of things after the last group of Torah believers keep Shavuot. Just like as we saw right after this Passover ended, this is where this whole exactly a month after they kept their Passover, because they kept it on the 22nd, 23rd. So here we is, May 23rd. You see that happen exactly a month after. April 20, whatever. This is when they come out with this COVID plan, right? That's 2 days before that last Passover. So
now we're getting ready to go into they beast days. Now we finna go into their holidays. So now it's really gonna be a manifestation of
technically we get all our feast days before we get to theirs, because we going through the summer. But what will we see happen before we get to Yom Kippur? Because now we're about to go through the days of awe.
Yeah.
Once we get into that August, September area, we're going through the days of Av or whatever it's called, Elul, month of Elul, and it's normally a troublesome time for Yasharel. And so what will we see? And that'll be coming straight, through the summer, coming out of the summer. And this is something that I keep paying attention to. I keep hearing first wave. Why is the y'all making it plain what you're gonna do? Like you keep saying the first wave. Like, hold on, what you mean the first wave? I mean, you wouldn't have no need to say first if there wasn't a second, right?
And then you can pay attention to I'm sorry, go ahead.
You down.
What's something different about you? What is it?
Huh?
What is it different about
See,
you today?
trying to be funny. Yes, I pulled my beard out. I got tired of it being all kinky because my Greek roots,
I
my hair
thought
is
I
really,
thought
really curly.
Lee, you was be messing with you when you be pulling it, but you ain't been pulling it tonight.
I actually been messing with this part. I don't gotta mess with it. I don't gotta pull it out because it's already out. It be ah.
Well,
I'm gonna stop,
Like,
but yeah, don't start Wes. Who you saying good night to, Ainsley?
Sister Carrie. She said
Good night, Sister Carrie.
shalom, Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
And guys, y'all just don't know like the transformation that we helped with Sister Carrie. You know what I mean? Like the she learning the Shabbat. She learning and like I said, it's all a process. All of us are learning things together. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Yeah, high cultic days coming up. Yep, the beast feast coming. But we have our days, that we and I honestly believe, that with the agenda that they're trying to push, Yah's allowing it for a season, and then when it begins to fall, his judgment, like you're gonna see his hand moving, because we ain't seen nothing. Like, remember, one of the Trump sounding is the angels removing their stop holding the four winds, and I think
Yep.
just said she has seen a Chinese invasion since she was young, right?
Mm.
And remember, the kings from the east
Yeah.
will be gathered together to come forth. That's a big army,
They just they watching over America. Once in America, oh, they ain't got their freedom no more over there. Oh, time to go.
Well, that's why I told y'all last week when them white flags that was on the Brooklyn Bridge some years ago already told them that we surrender. We just had to. They just had to follow through the rest of the protocol
Yeah.
to kill the dollar, to get everybody under the prison system. So when the communists finally rise up and fully take over, because that's what's running our government now, the communists.
You're right now. I mean to that. That's true.
And communism, and the views of Torah are totally on different levels. You know what I mean? Like, it is no agreements there at all.
Shalom, shalom, Tawanda. Have a blessed night.
Have a blessed night,
Shabbat
sis.
shalom.
Tell Will we say hello.
But it's funny because Lee sent me something earlier. I'm gonna share it real quick. I hate the fact that they be having all this stuff on the side of the screen, but it's called 10 Reasons I Won't Support the Black Lives Matter movement. You can pull it up. It's under townhall.com. I'm just gonna read each one because he makes some good points. The premise isn't true. Basically, what they're rapping about isn't true. Look what he said. He said, according to the FBI latest homicide statistics, I'm 11 times more likely to be killed by someone of my own brown complexion than a white person. That's pretty much true. Go to they're not up there yelling Black Lives Matter in Chicago when all the gangs are killing each other, right? Look at it. He said, there is no goal of forgiveness or reconciliation. Well, we saw that over the past week with them beating and hurting and destroying other people's stuff, right? Over the past 2 weeks. I'm sorry. And then look, it's all about black power. It ain't got nothing else to do with it ain't no other race is relevant. You know what I'm saying? They heavily promote homosexuality and transgenderism. Oops, did I say that out loud?
Yep.
Might get flagged. Oh well. They completely ignore fatherhood. Wow. I'm proud to be a father, I think, Lee, you're proud to be a father, right? Like, it's different when you're play a role in your kid's life.
Yeah.
And y'all gonna read all these things. They demand reparations. And look what he said then. Good luck with that. They want to abolish prisons and police forces. That right there is the most ignorant thing I ever heard.
Prison. Did you guys hear? Why are they saying that they locked down the prisons when all this went on? The federal prison. Why would they lock them down? They already locked down. So how much more can you lock them down? They locked down the prison when all this started. When the riots started, they locked down the prison.
Well,
I
they
was
wanted to let them all out before.
exactly that's what I'm like, dog. They were letting them out because of the COVID-19, but now they said they locking them down. I'm like, what?
Right. Right.
I don't know. But look, guys, it says they are anti-capitalism.
Mm.
Colin Kaepernick supports it. Who is that?
Oh, you know who Colin Kaepernick is? Well, he was a quarterback, yeah, for San Francisco 49ers, and he's the one that took
Oh,
the knee in the NFL.
he the one that took the knee.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
Wes, I knew
No,
that.
Well,
yeah.
I'm sorry.
Where you been, buddy?
Man, I remember the dude taking me. I didn't remember his name.
Oh
That's
man.
the only reason I remember.
I remember the guy taking the knee, but I didn't remember his name. Well, look at that. A biracial adoptee. Basically, he's saying he ain't biracial by him saying adoptee. But then apparently not all Black Lives Matter, right? Pro-abortion, the BLMF declared we deserve and thus we demand reproductive justice, aka abortion. That gives us autonomy over our bodies and our identities while ensuring that our children and families are supported, safe, and able to thrive. Aborted children don't thrive. That's what he's saying. BLM groups announced solidarity with the reproductive justice. And that's the last one. But I mean, it goes to show like none of that stuff has anything to do with the walking in the way.
I've got something. NFL condemns racism. This goes with the Kaepernick thing. NFL condemns racism, admits we were wrong not to listen to NFL player protests.
Yeah.
Okay, so
that.
Goodell gets on there. I think Drew Brees said something earlier in the week. I don't keep up with football anymore, but I kind of caught glimpses of it. And so they're admitting to wrongdoing for not listening to players who protested against social justice and police brutality. And of course, these are privileged people. You know, they've got a lot of voice and clout, I guess, even though they're millionaires and highly privileged and would be considered more elites. You know, so they're talking out against it. So Goodell admitted the league was wrong for failing to listen to players who protested social justice. He said on Friday's video. In his second statement released since May 25th, the death of George Floyd, an unarmed black man killed by police in Minnesota, Goodell used the roughly 80-second recorded message not only to condemn the systematic oppression of black people, but also to admit fault for not listening to his players earlier. So they're giving in for the narrative. And you know, I just wish people would start telling like it is and just start going out there and tell them to quit killing people through abortion.
Exactly.
I mean,
And so you know, it's so frustrating to hear these things being on this side of the spectrum. Not that we're any better than those people, but we just see things a lot differently when it comes to hypocritical statements when it comes to your life. Why don't you use a little inflection and think about if the shoe is on the other foot? If you were a store owner trying to protect something you've worked hard for,
right?
And then you're protesting and rioting. And by the way, last time I thought, you know, when it comes to race, it's called the human race. Since when is it racist to start segregating yourself from the rest of the general population?
Right.
I don't understand any of it because I wasn't raised that way. I wasn't brought up around it. I don't understand that. Like it's flesh and blood we don't fight against anyway. And so they've introduced this stuff at a level, and we've talked about Martin Luther King and the legacy that he was trying to provide and what he said, which goes against, it's hypocritical again, against the leaders that actually had some common sense when it came to the human race, which we're all part of. And Messiah came to die for everybody. And last time I checked, none of that mattered. When we get up there to the pearly gates, it's not going to matter what color skin you are. You're not probably going to even, who cares about all that? Who gives a rip about what color your skin is when it comes to salvation? The thing is, people screaming this stuff, they might claim to have Yahusha. They might, but that is so far from the truth. It's like Al Sharpton going on there and saying this, that, and the other, and not talking about the
Yeah,
way
man.
Yahusha lived and the way things are supposed to be.
Right.
Exactly.
Stop the hypocritical crap because we're tired of listening to it. I served my country. I didn't
man.
serve my country for one race of people. I did it for the human race. I don't necessarily agree with the government, but I wanted to protect my country for the people that live in it, not the government itself.
Amen.
So that's the way we're supposed to be as far as people of Yahusha. We're supposed to defend people and serve people, not a race, not a color, not a background, not an ethnicity. Our Messiah wasn't white. Our Messiah wasn't
Black. He was.
I mean, okay, so we're going to go to that level. Nobody's any better than anybody else. And if you
Right.
start pointing fingers for the problems you're having, if you're starting to tell people that it's somebody else's fault, there's always 4 more fingers pointed back at you. These things are common, basic sense. But when you have a reprobate mind, you're not going to think that way. When you're reprobate, you're going to be selfish. And so when you see people being born again, you're not going to hear anything like what you're hearing on the media.
That's right. That's right.
And if anybody goes the other way, point those 4 fingers back at yourself because we're all sinners.
Exactly.
We're all in this
Amen,
together.
brother.
We're all here to spread the gospel.
That's right.
And that's why it's hard for this is a test for us too.
That's
This is a
right.
huge
Come
test
on.
for us because we got to sit here and look at this dung that they're putting out there, and we got to be amongst the dung, and we got to put up with listening to garbage all the time. So we got to guard our gates. We got our ears, our eyes. Think on things that are holy, and think of things that
Come on, man.
instead of looking at this
Hallelujah.
world down here on the earthly scale, because who rules the earth? Who rules the air? It's not what we shouldn't be involved with those airways.
That's
you know,
right.
so we can hear them and we can kind of take it and realize what's going on. But other than that, we got to try to separate, and we got to remind ourselves that this is going on. And hopefully, people run across this video. And if it offends people, it's offending a spirit. It's not offending offending that spirit, you know.
Right, because if I don't support Black Lives Matter, I'm a racist. Because we seen, in a video, the girls, all they doing, they just trying to keep the community clean. They're cleaning up something that was basically a federal offense or whatever you call it now. I don't know if it's a federal offense anymore, but I know back in the day, man, you
don't supposed to do it
not on a federal building anyway. Yeah. And they over there, they taking their time to scrub something down that somebody else maliciously put up there, and then they're being accused of being racist because they want to keep the community clean. And
how that?
Right? I mean, that's
who
what
says that.
Right, calling evil good and good evil. And the girls, they just like, nah. I mean, we know that Black Lives Matter, but I mean, the statement that's placed here is destroying the neighborhood. We just trying to clean up,
Well, and we also told her white privileged. This lady didn't know.
Right. And honestly, she sound like, I mean, I would like, man, I wish she would put the camera on herself so we could, because she sound like a white lady telling them this, you know what I mean? Like she sounded like she was pretty privileged, like the way she was all talking like, how dare y'all take it, you know what I mean? And it's just like, well, how you gonna declare one thing to them? And you sitting, all you're doing is you're basically attacking them for doing something good. Get out of here.
You're right. Calling evil good and good evil.
What you talking about, Willis?
Waxing cold, right?
She said I'm playing.
Go ahead.
Different strokes, man. We're showing our age there, Nikki. Different strokes.
When you were talking about the football players, Lee, they had the the in the NFL and stuff, they thought about all this stuff, and then you say, they be listening to them because a lot of people worship them, they idolize those players. And when you think about them idolizing, they on this platform and they people watching them, so then they know they getting ready to open back up for their season. So they had to be careful what they say. Let me go and change it because now they getting ready to open us back up to play. Because my son had just put it on Facebook saying they finna start playing again. So they was like, Don't want to get myself caught up in this. I'm already done lost a few dollars behind this. Let me go on and get myself straight so everybody else can fall in line because they watching us and they idolizing us.
Truth or money? Truth or money?
Yeah, exactly.
What pays the
They-
bills? Not the
That's
truth.
right. They
So
chose the money.
yeah, let's give in. I'm gonna go
That's
for money.
like I couldn't understand Gabrielle Union during the COVID-19 stage. She only made $50,000. I'm like, really, really? Come on, you married to Dwayne Wade,
Right.
and you the big top actress, and you just
Right.
only make. Come on,
Right.
so you ain't filing your taxes. That's what it is, tax evasion.
I think of Colin Kay, the protester. He comes from a very privileged family, and he's also privileged. So the hypocrisy is just outlandish, and they want it to be a socialist country, but then again, the privileged are speaking out. It's kind of like old Bernie, it's like
Yeah,
communist slash socialist, whatever these people are. If you listen to their ideals and compare the history, you're going to get a very different view than capitalism. And so you're going to start getting this socialist mentality, with what's going on. And, we just try to let it get to us, We love the people that live here. It's hard to love the country, but when you talk about a country, you're talking about the people that live here. And that's our job, is to love people and defend people.
That's right.
Laying down your life for somebody. You think of D-Day, you think of Normandy. We always talk about battling the beaches in Normandy, and those kids, those 18-year-olds, those 19-year-olds, watching people just get blown up and sheer death, and probably precisely knowing you're going to die as they're throwing up on those PT boats, knowing they're facing immediate death. That these people have no idea. Most of the people protesting behind a mask are a bunch of cowards anyway.
Yeah.
Take your mask off, okay? Take your mask off. Let me see who you are. If you're a man, why don't you step up? Why don't you step up and be a father? Why don't you step up and
Exactly.
innocent to be killed? If you're a man, you're going to do the right thing. If you're a man, you're going to defend the weak.
If
you're a man, you're going to be righteous. If you're a man, you're going to do something other than show anger. Anybody can be an angry fool. Anybody can go out there and unrighteousness. Anybody can go out there and tell lies. How many people are going out and tell, be a man and speak the truth? Be a man and stick up for those babies that are being murdered.
That's right.
Wimps. You people are wimps out there doing that.
Yeah.
I'll be the first one to tell you.
That's right.
If I die trying to protect that, then that's so be it. So be it. I don't care. What better way to give your life than for somebody else, especially one of righteousness. Just like I was saying.
Oh man, you so right. You right. Come on, brother, because he said foolishness is bound in the heart of a child. That's foolish. To me, that giving them an excuse to go out there and steal, and because that's all they do is stealing. You breaking the window, you getting in these people's cars, and you driving off in the cars. You going there, you running out with TVs.
Right, I could do it to you. Don't do it to me. What?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because that's all that is, an excuse to go steal. And like you said, reprobate. Y'all should don't tempt them over to a reprobate mind, because that's all that is.
That's so stupid.
I call it's ignorance. You know what I mean? Like I said last night, little punks. That's what they are. they don't have a respect, for anybody else, and let alone, you know what I mean? Like they're,
and to me, you go and ask any one of them. Oh, when did the slaves come over here? They can't tell you. When was slavery abolished? They can't tell you. What was Martin Luther King's speech? Tell me the whole speech. They can't tell you. But Black Lives Matter. Open up a book and read this, and you can tell us why Black Lives Matter. Then I might listen. But half of them can't tell you. They just following another person.
Yep, because see, like a lot of people don't even recognize, but guess what, guys? We're coming on.
Have a blessed night, sister. We love you. Lift you in prayer, Tara.
Have a blessed night.
We bored her to death.
She said, I'm gonna have to rewatch. My eyes are getting heavy, y'all.
Yeah, me
Let
too.
me leave Tara alone.
But
Tara's gonna get up.
I think this is I'm looking it up now, the 57th year for the around where Martin Luther King did the I Have a Dream speech.
Yeah, because they talking about doing a march.
Yeah, on Washington again.
Mm-hmm.
Well, hopefully they quote him verbatim. If some of the best speeches, top speech is "I Have a Dream" speech. If you listen to that,
Yeah.
that was good, and
Yeah.
that would resonate more with people. It would be more understandable. If they clung onto that. If you want to have a better example of what to go by, that was right up there. That was some good stuff. So
Right.
She said, haha, you didn't bore me at all. Love you, sister.
So yeah, Dawn. I even heard, was it?
Sister Tony, love you too.
So yeah, 57
They getting
years.
sleep over there. Y'all, I'm a night hawk. Let me stop. No, I don't fell asleep today. We're like, Mika, wake up. It's prayer time.
Matter of fact, I was asleep too. I ain't gonna lie. Sandra was calling me and I missed the call, so I was like, man, let me go wake Mika up. That's how I woke up.
Man, just in there trying to wake me. I had on dozed off on the sofa, Lika. We had to leave this morning to take Zantoria to George. Just so halfway to meet his mom and dad. And I don't fell out on the sofa. Man, like, mommy. I'm like, hold on, bud, hold on.
Man. Yeah. Well, it's exhausting. I mean, everything going on can be exhausting. It really can be. It gets old. It's sad. It's like, man. But
Lee,
we will see it.
Lee, not changing the subject right quick. I've been juicing, I've been fast. Can I get a couple of cookies in the mail? if it's not too hot for them to be mailed.
I can make it happen. They got dry ice. They got all kinds of methods. A little reward for you, like a little carrot on a stick. Like, I think another week I'm gonna send you. Are you gonna have like a cheat meal or anything, or are you just gonna? What are you thinking?
I'm stopping. We're gonna stop, but we're gonna start back. I think we're doing a little cheating tomorrow because I want me a little patty milk.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, powdered milk isn't. That's pretty.
No, patty milk.
Oh, patty.
I ain't drinking
that. I thought you said powdered milk.
I don't want
that would have been her cheat.
Brother, I drunk too much when I was young. I was raised on powdered milk. I don't want no more.
Yeah.
Ooh, I hate that stuff. Ooh. I hate it. I was raised on that. You were too, Lee?
No, I was vitamin D.
Oh, you were one of those. You and
Wesley. From the judge.
You were the rest of those privileged kids.
Yeah, we were. I
was telling him that last night.
Privileged my behind.
You ain't never missed no meal. I said, yeah, my grandmama made sure we had a meal, but have you ever drunk powdered milk?
Nope.
Put water in your cereal?
Yeah, I done did that.
Stir bread and ketchup and mayonnaise sandwiches?
No.
Yeah.
I did that. No. Lee said
mayonnaise and ketchup.
I just ate raw hamburger. I just ate
Lee, what you just went in the refrigerator and said, how did you just?
You know what they say when you get the taste of blood? I think that's true. I think that's true with anything.
It is.
It's like at a young age, being ornery and, just being me, little fat kid running around getting in raw meat and eating hamburger out of the fridge, I'm glad I don't do it. But when I'd go to a restaurant, I'd eat rare steak. I love the taste of rare.
That's how I ate mine.
Yeah, just
boiled. Oh, good night, sister. Good night, Marsha.
Shabbat shalom, Marsha.
Everybody going to sleep early tonight. What's up with that?
They tired. They don't have long But like us over here, I'm just
better run weak.
I'm barely hanging on, y'all. I'm barely hanging on. But through the Ruach Hakodesh, flesh is weak, but the Ruach is willing.
Huh.
Papa to have corn. Papa had to have cornbread with. That's how my mama like her with buttermilk and cornbread.
So
Buttermilk.
the heck?
Mm-hmm. But
What kind of cookies you want, Mika?
surprise me, brother. We don't. Well, Wes pick it, so just ask him. Cause
All
I
right, Wes.
he the one pick.
Don't try to blame me. You want the
But
cookies.
if you want
Hey,
if you
it
want
don't.
Mayweather to have some, don't put him some aside without peanut, cause he allergic to peanuts.
Okay, so brother Wes, what kind of cookies, if you could have any cookie right now, what would it be?
Oh man, I just got
The
started acting like a kid. I started looking like that, like
the brownie kind. The kind that's like a brownie, you know what I'm talking about? Have chocolate
Yeah,
chips and the macadamia nuts and
like a
stuff.
dark
Yeah.
chocolate. Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
I'll hook you up.
Oh.
Lee, do you know how to make them? They like Italian. They use the bread, and then you put the stuff on the inside. I can't think of the name.
Cannoli, cannolis.
Yes, you know how to make those.
Yeah, we'll throw that together. I mean,
Man,
yeah, we could do like a chocolate filling or like a whipped white. Yeah, you want
man,
some cannolis too? So
yeah, I love to
we
know
got
it.
brownie cookies and cannolis.
Wow, wow, brother.
Yeah.
I got to come down now. Y'all won't get rid of me.
That's all right. You come stay with us, all of you.
Woo,
Peanut butter.
y'all be like, I'm tired of West Tameka. They just eat.
How you gonna put me in it? She ain't gonna put me in it. I don't eat like that.
Mm.
West would be easy. If you don't like it, there's just more for us.
Right.
Megar loves a lemon, man.
He said, still waiting on them, brother.
How would you say it? If it's got peanut butter in it, I'm game. Like no bake cookies or
Man, yes.
butter. Peanut butter. That's where it's at. I could eat a whole tub of peanut butter.
She said, my steak better not move when I cut into it.
Yeah, if it ain't alive, it ain't
So
good.
Tony said she about to raid the ice box. There she go. What's up, sister?
What's up, Romalia?
Yep.
Shalom, sis.
Man, okay, hold on. Stop talking about food. I can't eat none of this stuff that y'all talk about till tomorrow
Yeah,
night.
we gonna have a cheat day of 1 or 2, and then we going back. But y'all continue to keep me in prayer. I lost 10, but I gained it back. I'm trying to remember what did I do wrong. But I gained. No, I didn't gain.
She's sitting up when I get home at night and eat, eat
stuff.
cereal instead of drinking a smoothie, eat some pickles or something.
So I gained 10, but I gained 3 back. I lost 10, but I gained 3 pounds back. So y'all continue to keep me in prayer, sisters and brothers. Pray for me. Pray for your sister. But I mean, we've been doing good because y'all couldn't have got me to eat no fruit.
No. You don't like any fruit? Like, there's no fruit you like, Mika?
I eat an orange or some strawberries, but I don't like them like that no more.
So Tony says she gained just smelling food. What?
But yeah, I've been doing good with the juicing and the smoothies and eating nuts. I eat me some of them almond cereal, you know, them special cake, or they ain't too heavy, but I can't do it no more.
Yeah.
When it get off, I be trying to say, I'm like, I'm hungry. My stomach went to growling, man. Man thought it was a bat. He said, what if that sounded like a bat? I said, Mommy's stomach.
You got a bear in your belly?
Yeah. Vanilla Greek yogurt.
There's that word peanut butter.
In a smoothie on
Oh, I can eat peanut butter though.
Mm-hmm.
What, that's in a smoothie or just mixed together?
Peanut butter on everything's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brian said he eat pineapple. Oh yeah, I could do that.
That's what we buy skim milk.
That ain't skim
That
milk.
1% milk I be buying.
I'm gonna say, that ain't skim
1%
milk. Trust
in
me.
the almond milk. 1% in the almond, yeah.
Wow, yeah.
But see, it ain't much fat in that skim milk though. That's what you gotta look at. Ain't no fat in it.
I ain't
But
stunned
a
that.
lot of that milk, 'cause I did not know a lot of that milk had a lot of fat in there like that.
Yeah, skim milk is
But
fat free.
I was looking at a doctor, but guys, we don't supposed to drink milk because his doctor was saying
Hold
that.
up, hold up. I
Listen,
don't
what the
believe
doctor
that. Nope,
he was
I ain't.
saying, listen before you make a judgment.
Nah,
He was
nah,
saying that
nah.
we actually don't supposed to drink the milk because the milk are for the cows, the babes and stuff. They say a human don't supposed to drink the milk.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
That's what he was saying
Milk
now.
is good.
Well,
it's yeah. I mean,
he said we don't even supposed to digest it. That's why it's so hard on our bodies. But they tell
yeah.
us milk good for you. But come to find
Mm,
out, it's really not because it got a lot of fat in it.
Mm.
And Wes, if you don't like fat on your meat, you should like fat in your milk.
Well, I can't chew that fat. I don't like
you'll
the
drink it.
substance. Yeah, I drink it. I don't like the substance of it in my
That's
say like
right, Tony. That's right, Tony.
Oh, just mixed together. Oh, I'm gonna try that. Greek yogurt peanut butter.
Yeah.
But we're coming up to that Mark West because everybody's getting tired and you just looking at your computer over there.
I'm not
So,
looking at my computer. I'm actually looking up a scripture. Thank you, ma'am.
oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
So I'm pulling up Ecclesiasticus chapter 17, verse 23. Afterwards, he will rise up and reward them and render them their recompense upon their heads.
Oh, good.
So that's what Yah is saying is gonna happen to those that have not repented
And
and sought.
Proverbs 11:21 said, "Though hand join in hand, though hand join in hand, the wicked shall not be unpunished, but the seed of the righteous shall be delivered."
Mm,
They join hand in hand. That's what's going on now. They joining hand in hand. That's what's going
amen.
on.
Amen.
But all we can do is just lift up everybody because he said he'll have it to rain on the just as well as the unjust. He said, love your enemy. Pray for those. Pray for them because they don't know no better. They just doing what they see another person doing. All we can do is pray in his season right now. He told us in First Thessalonians chapter 5, verses 17 through 18. This is my favorite scripture. Pray without ceasing. In everything, give thanks, for this is the will of Yahuwah concerning us in Mashiach Yahusha. So we must pray for them, guys. Keep them lifted up.
All
Because
right,
it's
guys. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, mate.
and pray for Yahuwah Ahava. Am I saying that right? Yahuwah Ahava Shalom. God of love and peace to come
Yeah,
down right
I
now.
have a yeah.
I'm trying to
Right.
learn it with no Lee. I'm trying
Yeah.
to learn it.
It's good. You're going good.
Man, he said he about to eat watermelon tonight. I cannot find a good watermelon anywhere. So
Mainly seedless. There are a lot of GMO watermelons out.
I don't want that
I hope he
mess.
find him one because in Georgia he was looking for him. And every time he looked around, he was getting rotten and sour watermelon. And you can't find no good fruit up here. I don't know what it is about North Carolina. They vegetable and everything.
Yeah, yeah.
You got to go to Harris Teeter. And half time that people be done brought that up.
All right, guys, it's that time of the night where you hear that choo-choo sound. Hit the like button. Oh. And to a added bonus is when you hear Night Rider music, share the video.
Might as well put on some music.
I might watch Night Rider tonight.
Right.
I think everybody like Kid.
Kit, yeah, the car. It's always about the
Yeah.
car, you know. You think about those
Yeah.
older movie shows, the
And I
car.
did not know that guy voice was what's his name? What's his
Mr.
name? I can't
Feeney
think of
from the dude that
yeah,
played
but
Mr.
what's his
Feeney
real
on
name?
Boy
Yeah,
Meets World. I can't
yeah.
remember his name.
I can't think, I'm trying to think his real name.
Man, I need some of them.
Oh, he played the equalizer too.
Did he?
The old equalizer, yeah.
Nah, that dude ain't play no
Go look it up.
equalizer.
Go look it up. That was the old equalizer. Go look it up. Not the new one,
Thank
because
you
that was
too,
Denzel
sister.
Washington.
Yeah, I
Jackson,
know
whatever his
about
name.
that.
Toot, love you guys. I love you. I thank you guys for tuning in to this channel. I love you. Yahoo love you. Always remember to say
Thank you, Yahusha. Love you guys.
tune in with us on tomorrow at 4 p.m.
Oh yeah. No, we will not be doing a Sabbath devotional. Sorry, guys. I have to get some rest. So, God was saying that we'll be coming back at 4 p.m. though. So join up with us at 4 p.m. Mika got a sound word that's coming forth, and we will conclude for the night, and we'll be back. What does you act like Emmanuel over there? And we'll be back tomorrow evening. And guys, we have a treat Sunday. Sunday, we will be live. Hallelujah. So
Nice.
listen to y'all, and we will be talking soon.
Yes.
House of Rest.